Hello, I'm Amber.
I'm Kaitlan.
And I'm Becky. And you're listening to
Fangirls Anonymous. Welcome to another fun-filled, crazy episode of Fangirls Anonymous. So we are here to entertain you as much as humanly possible about all things geeky that's been going on this week, whether it be with us or in the geek world in general. So Becky, I'm going to start with you. What have you personally been fangirling about this week?
Had a few things going on this last week. I finally finished Stranger Things. Granted, I think I slept through like an episode and a half, but, you know, that'll happen. I'll go back and fill in the gaps later, but finally finished. I thought the ending was pretty fantastic.
And they leave it wide open.
They do leave it wide open. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am super excited for the next season because, oh yeah.
I knew.
Yeah, that and I am almost done with Lost Girl, finally. I've been putting it off for a while because sometimes I just don't want things to end.
Well, you know, that applies to a few things.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's the last bit of it I'm going to ever see ever, and just let's stretch it out a bit. So I think I've got 3 episodes left of that, and Tamsin is still my girl. Mm-hmm. Tamsin's my favorite. Not only because she's a Valkyrie, but also because she's so me. Like, so me. Let's see, that, and I started watching The Strain, which came out a bit ago. I'm not sure exactly how long ago it came out, but they're about 3 seasons in now. And I'm about a third of the way through season 2. Freaking loving it. It's on FX. And a few of the actors are super recognizable. I don't know if people listening are familiar with The Strain, but there are several actors in it, very recognizable. There's one in particular who, like, I have totally had a crush on for a while. Like a background crush, not too much of like a, like, obsessed, but like when I see him, like, oh, okay.
Giggity.
Yes. Let's see, let's go back. IMDb, help me. Okay, Kevin Durand.
What else is he in?
He is in a bunch of things. Let's see. So what I most Vikings. Harbord, the Wanderer, who is on there for, let's see, it says 6 episodes here, so he's probably in a couple episodes I haven't seen yet. But the one that sleeps with Ragnar's
with
bitch wife queen. I don't like her. I don't think she was worthy of unseating Lagertha, okay? So I kind of hold a grudge about that.
Yeah, no, Oslog's a bitch.
Yeah. So he the one who came in and that they were surmising that, like, oh, is he Odin or Loki or something? Like,
Kevin and I are pretty convinced that he's Odin. Because Odin would do that, actually. He would. Yeah,
it is a very Odin thing.
Loki just slept with horses.
Yeah. And he was in... Let's see. What did I miss?
I said, did he keep it low-key? Hashtag dad jokes.
Oh, let's see. He was also in... he's been in a couple of Russell Crowe movies, and it just kind of here and there, you know. And on Lost, he was in a bunch of episodes. But he's always one of those actors that'll pop up, and I'm like, oh, well, hi.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who Hugh Jackman is. Just saying.
No, I think you're on the Wolverine. Right, is that him? Yeah, it's him.
Yeah. Okay.
He wasn't. I didn't like him as Harbord. Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't like Harbord.
I didn't like the character so much, but I do like Kevin Durant, so...
Let me see what he looks like without that ugly-ass beard. I don't like beards.
Yeah, I'm not really a facial hair fan myself, but... Sometimes it works. Sometimes. There are actually some times where I think a guy needs it, or his face just looks like... I have a thing about jawlines. Like, I actually am kind of turned off by a guy who doesn't have, like, a jawline. And it happens even with thin guys. There are some thin guys who don't have jawlines. But, so a lot of times, though, guys will grow kind of that just on the edge thing, and it really makes their jawline pop. It doesn't look good on everybody. It does not look good on everybody. Some guys, it does. And then they'll shave it off, and you're like, oh, you have no jawline.
Maybe it's my Norse ancestry coming through, but I'm like, if you're gonna have a beard, have a fucking beard. I can't stand this half-ass bullshit. Like this line of like, no, man, grow a fucking beard. Or just cut it off. I mean, nothing against a decent goatee, but, you know...
I guess I'm just not a beard girl.
I
have a crush on, a sort of crush on someone that has a beard, but it's just, I'm sitting here going, you'd be cuter without the beard.
Well, you kiss somebody with a beard, it goes up your nose, and it's just no fun. And so that's the fangirl take on beards, by the way. In case you were wondering how we all felt about beards. Guess you don't need to ask that question.
If you thought my voice was sexy and you're sitting, would Kaitlan like me if you've got a beard? Maybe, I don't know, but
so if that was on your Q list for Q&A episode, you can cross that off, because we just answered that.
Yeah.
We have a Q&A coming up, by the way.
And we'll talk about that at the end of the episode.
Okay, so the strain. What really blew my mind just now before we started recording was I was looking more at the IMDb and realized fucking
filch.
Fucking filch/Frey. I did not recognize this motherfucker as I've been watching like a good, almost season and a half of Strain. Like, I did not even make the connection that he was one of the main fucking characters.
That's funny.
Because he's got, a beard going on, and his acting is on point.
Well, I'm gonna guess he probably acts a lot less frail.
Well, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And a lot less filchal.
But yeah, a lot less filchy.
Filchy? Okay, this is getting weird.
I actually didn't intend for that to be a joke, but it worked out. So
I turned everything into a joke. So.
Yeah, that totally exploded my brain when I saw him. Like, wait, yay, yay. But when I saw that, I'm like, what the fuck?
She actually said that out loud, guys.
She did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Tell us.
Like, hold on, I'm going to talk about this show. I should look at the IMDb real quick and kind of get more of a rundown of things. And then I'm like, motherfucker. I almost don't want to watch this show anymore. Not really. I'm going to keep watching because it's really good. Yay, vampires.
All right, so... That was both Kaitlan and myself at the same time. I did not suddenly go stereo.
Every time we keep thinking that we're alike even more.
Yeah, it happens all the time. All of the times. So I forgot to mention something last week, and I was kicking myself after we recorded. The Main Street Electrical Parade it debuted in Disneyland in 1977, for anybody who doesn't know. It was hugely received. It's been over at Walt Disney World since about 1996. And Paint the Night is leaving on September 5th, which I'm really still excited to get to see it. Before it goes.
One last
hurrah. And then they're bringing back Main Street Electrical Parade to Disneyland. So that's a huge deal. A lot of Disney fans are really excited about it. I don't really know how I feel about it. I've only really remember seeing it once, and even then, it was in passing. Because, again, I'm not a huge parade person.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's still a huge deal. Because it in itself was a huge accomplishment. So, should be interesting, and it'll be interesting to see also how it's changed with technology and over the course of time with the way that the movies have changed. Also, I recently found out that Letters to Cleo has made new music, and they're going on tour, and I'm really excited. Letters to Cleo is a band. I'm not a huge, I don't totally usually nerd out about them, but they were basically the band from 10 Things I Hate About You, which is one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's been too long since I watched it.
Yeah, I actually... To be honest, I've only watched it very little since Heath Ledger passed away. But it was one of those movies, like, when I went to see it in the theater a lot, and when I first got it, I was watching it 2-3 times a day, every day, for, like, the first year that I had it.
Yeah.
And I wish that was an exaggeration. You can ask anybody who knew me in high school, that is literally what I did. The movie came out when I was, about 15. So... me and my friend Hillary, we used to be, like, I was all Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and she was all Heath Ledger, and so it was perfect. It worked out really well for both of us. You know, no fighting over the man. So, not like that's ever going to happen, but still. So that's kind of been what I've been geeking about. Also, besides the fact that I've just been really focused on getting ready for my trip, because I leave on Sunday, kind of focusing on having somewhat of a social life, because as a single mom, that's not... the easiest thing to do, ever.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I've been having coffee with Becky a lot. And I need to start having coffee with Kaitlan, because apparently coffee with Kaitlan is the thing to do.
Yes.
Caitlin likes the coffee.
Yeah.
Caitlin likes the coffee more than she likes the wine and the alcohol. I like the coffee.
Well, maybe we should do a morning podcast. Oh, wait. Sorry.
No.
No, I don't do mornings.
I do gym in the mornings. I don't do podcasts.
I don't really do mornings if I can help it.
I do coffee and just children mornings.
Well, how does it work when they're streaking across your kitchen?
Oh my god. Yeah, or one of them is just sitting in a chair, rocking back and forth, laughing about his wiener. I have 2 boys.
I'm so glad I don't have boys.
You should be. Although that might change when you become a teenager. When Annika becomes a teenager.
Maybe.
Just saying.
Oh, I did.
I'm gonna get the best of both worlds. Best, worst, everything in between. Definitely.
Please, my daughter comes up to me and goes, "Mommy, look at my baby boobs." She's 5.
No.
I'm like, honey, you don't have boobs. I know, they're babies.
My boys did that the other day.
Mom, come see how much I pooped. Okay. Wow, you pooped a lot.
Thank you for sharing. And hashtag mom problems.
Yes, I love her to death, but I was trying my best not to laugh at her.
All right, Kaitlan, what are you fangirling on this week?
Oh my god.
Once Becky can catch her breath.
No, it just reminded me of something one of the boys said the other day about one of their bathroom episodes. Moving on. So not appropriate. None of you want to hear this. It's only funny to me because I was there.
If you need to know, we have a Q&A.
We do have a Q&A, so if you're actually really that curious, whatever.
Okay, so first I have to apologize for the constant coughing. I am getting over a cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, just letting you know. If you hear coughing, it's me. Okay, I have been fangirling about Ash vs. Evil Dead. And for those of you who don't know what Ash vs. Evil Dead is...
you should.
I know. It's awesome. It started out as the Evil Dead series, which was actually a horror movie, Evil Dead, that was created by Sam Raimi and Rob Taybert, and Bruce Campbell was involved. They were all high school friends from Michigan, and they made a horror movie called Evil Dead in 1981. And it was a huge hit. It actually inspired Peter Jackson to go into directing and filmmaking. They went on to make Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness. And Evil Dead is very horror. I have not seen it because I'm actually not a big fan of a lot of horror movies. I don't like them. Evil Dead 2, gory as hell, pretty scary, but I still love it because it's funny as hell as well. They added more humor into it. Like, the Deadites are complete idiots, and basically it's about people who found the Book of the Dead, recite passages from it, and the Evil Dead finds them and proceeds to torment them and possess them. It's been made into a musical, and I want to go see it live because
from what videos I've seen, it looks fucking hilarious.
Oh my god!
And well done.
I want to go see it because it's been they call rows 1 through 3 the splash zone because you will get blood on you. Like, they literally have the Deadites come into the audience and spray blood on you. I want this. I want this a lot. And
I'll stay at home. I'm good.
Army of Darkness was way more humorous. It's not even scary. I have a poster of Army of Darkness in my apartment. It's my favorite. Ash is one of the most idiotic heroes in the entire world, but he's so amazing at the same time. So anyway,
Yes.
Ash versus Evil Dead takes place 30 years in the future. Ash is much older. He's avoided the Deadites. He's been on the run. Well, during a freaking moment where he's wooing a girl while they're smoking copious amounts of pot, he grabs the Necronomicon and starts to read from it. Well, the dead found him, and now they're proceeding to come and torment him. And insanity ensues. And shenanigans, and all of that. And Lucy Lawless is in it.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Well, Bruce Campbell, who plays Ash, he's been friends with Sam Raimi and Rob Tapert, and they actually were the geniuses behind Xena. And they produced it.
Oh, yeah.
Lucy Lawless is married to Rob Tapert. Bruce Campbell played Autolycus. The fact that they're working together makes me really happy. And it's very good. Kevin and I are completely hooked. It's gory, it's hilarious, and it's
just a great formula for
oh my god,
a good show.
Kevin's like, we need to watch some more of it. And I'm like, I know, I've been waiting I'm not going to watch it without you, and I've been waiting. Let's watch it. And so yes, it's very good. And we're excited for season 2, which comes out October 2nd, I believe. So we're pretty excited about it.
Excellent.
It'll be great.
That's awesome.
Yes.
It's amazing. I don't know.
Okay, so before we go any further, I just want to take a quick minute. This week we actually went and we did, I don't know if you guys know who Hillywood is. Amazing. The Hillywood Project are amazing. They've been making videos for a long time. I've actually been watching their stuff pretty much from the beginning, so seeing how they've evolved over the years has been really, really cool.
I started watching after the Doctor Who parody.
Yeah, I actually started with the Twilight parodies. I'm not even kidding. Actually, they're worth watching. To be honest, I'm not. I
hate
I know
Twilight.
I own the movies. It was a joke.
Yeah.
The only reason they're out of their boxes is because I had a sitter who asked to watch them.
Oh.
So, I read the books because I was living over in Everett, and my mom was like, "Hey, there's this series about vampires, and it takes place in Forks," and I was like,
What?
So, what? So of course I had to read them. And it does suck you in, but then the 4th book is such a big letdown. Like
oh my god.
They build up to this war, and they build up, and they build up, and they build up, and then nothing fucking happens. It was like the worst. So, I mean, I'll admit I've seen the movies, I watched them, and like I said, the reason I even own the first 3 is because it was kind of a joke with my friend.
You have 2 Twilights.
No, there's the outside box.
Oh, okay.
But it was like she got it for me for my birthday, and then the next 2 years she got me the following movie. So it was like a huge joke with us. That's the only reason I own them. But the Twilight parodies are actually really well done.
Okay.
And I would watch those any day over the movies or even read the books.
Okay.
They're incredibly well done.
Okay.
And you can even see the evolution of Hillywood from the first one to the last one. It's insane. Mm-hmm. And actually, when they were still working on those, I sent an email out to them, and I was like, hey, look, if you guys come out, because they came out to Forks to film them, which to me says a lot. Like, they actually went that extra mile that,
the movies
didn't even fucking do.
Yeah.
And I reached out to them, I was like, hey, you guys come up here, I do photography, if you want some still shots, as long as you put my name out there, I'd have no problem just shooting them for you. And like, oh, well, we're not even sure if we're going to film the next one up there, but if we do, we'll get hold of you. I actually don't think they ended up filming most of it up here, to be honest. And then most of the stuff they did in Alabama, which is where they're at. Yeah. And they had a photographer down there do it. So I was kind of sad. But I got an email from them. And it is actually still in my saved box.
I was going to say.
I think it was Hilly that sent it to me. But Hillywood are these 2 sisters, and they make parodies, and they match them up to music, and they're amazing. And you should definitely look up the Hillywood Project if you have never
it's amazing.
watched them.
Yeah, the first video of theirs that I watched was the Doctor Who Time Warp.
Yeah, the Time Warp one is good. I also really love the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
I have not.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Pretty darn good.
If I had you. All right, and anyway, they just launched a Sherlock parody. Mm-hmm. And whenever they launch a new parody, they do a reaction video contest where you can record your reaction to it. We did one. It's on our channel. You can just look up Fangirls Anonymous. And right now, amazingly enough, it's our most watched video
Yeah.
on our channel.
I think other Hillywood fans are watching them because I know that after we recorded ours, I was watching other ones.
Yeah.
And I think the only ones I've seen have been single people watching them.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, group, yay!
Yes.
So anyway, we did
had
one.
4 of us.
And we had fun. I think it was really well done, and if you haven't looked at it, it's definitely worth watching. They've gotten a lot of acclaim for it already.
It was surprising though because I wasn't expecting it to come out so soon after the trailer came out. It was a surprise. I was on Facebook and all of a sudden I saw they released it. And so I went on the group and said, guys, this is being posted and there's a contest. Who wants to come over to my house tonight and watch it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it has to be tonight. I have to watch it tonight.
Yeah. And it has to be the first time you watch it through.
Yeah.
So the 3 of us did it with Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
And we recorded and posted, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that out there
fun.
that we did that, and it was super cool. And
It was amazing.
If you haven't watched it, you should totally go watch it.
Yes.
Next, we have a couple of birthdays besides our friend Mallory. Happy birthday, Mallory!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Mallory!
Gene Kelly's birthday would have been today. I actually don't know how old he was. I'm sure I could look it up, but I'm lazy. So it would have been his birthday today. I don't know about you guys. Singing in the Rain is one of my all-time. It's up there in my top 3. I think it may be even my number 1. Like, it is one of my favorite movies of absolutely all. And I just watched it a couple days ago. I didn't know today was his birthday. I freaking love that movie. In fact, Debbie Reynolds, that's my mom's namesake.
Oh.
Which is funny. But that's my dad used to. Personal note. When we were little, my dad worked in radio for a long time and he likes to sing. So he used to wake us up and go, good morning, it's time to get up now, good. And that was long before I ever saw the movie. So just that song alone holds so much nostalgia for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, do you guys have favorite Gene Kelly movies besides Singing in the Rain?
No. I was more of a Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers.
Sure.
I was a Judy Garland fan.
Oh yeah.
Judy Garland fan.
Oh yeah, I freaking love Judy Garland. But Judy Garland never made tap dancing look nearly as easy as Gene Kelly did.
Oh yeah, no.
I will give him that.
Yeah, no. I know some of his movies. I just don't remember what they were exactly. So I'd have to look.
Oh, like he's even in Xanadu. In fact, the first time I watched Xanadu, I was like, I didn't know Gene Kelly was in this. That's insane. I got the biggest kick, and actually, I still really like Xanadu to this day, despite how odd it is. I really like that movie.
I've only seen it once, and yes, it is very odd.
Yeah. Definitely 80s. Like, there's
Oh yeah, dude.
no doubt about that. Okay, and then also Super Nintendo turned 25 today.
I remember my mom buying me my first Super Nintendo when I was about 8 years old, and I'm 20. I'll be 28 next week. So yeah.
I never had a Super Nintendo. I had a regular Nintendo, and we had an N64. But I used to play everybody else's Super Nintendo.
My mom played the shit out of our Super Nintendo. I think we had to fight her for it.
I would play the shit out of it now.
I would too. Dude, Donkey Kong?
No, I'm all about Mario Kart.
Mario Kart,
The original version of Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot, dude.
Oh yeah.
Mortal Kombat. My sister and I used to get so many fights about Mortal Kombat because I'm a button masher. Yeah, I'm a button masher. I would stick to one move and fucking kill her. And she'd get so mad.
Master button masher.
Pick a different move! God, this isn't fair! We'd end up getting a big, huge, like, tussles about it. She'd end up just jumping me and punching me. And
my friend Sarah and I used to fight over who was going to be Yoshi on Mario Kart. Yeah. Yeah.
I was always Toad. Never really worked out that well for me, but I wanted to be the mushroom.
Yoshi always had the fastest car.
Yeah.
Still
That's
does.
why we used to fight about it. So sometimes I get to be, but because it was her game, she usually got to be. So then I tried other ones, and I think the second fastest I found was Bowser. But I hated being the bad guy.
Yeah.
So it was just not, And I hated looking at his spiky back all the time. Like, you always have to look at the back of them, and there were just some of them I was like, I'm so sick of looking at the back of your head. Like,
my favorite Mario Kart memories are, God damn you, pervert.
No. I just got a quote from Frasier in my brain, and it just totally killed me. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going off of the back of the head thing.
Yeah, that too, but it led to the Frasier quote. Now, whenever I look at you, I will see the back of my brother's head.
Snap.
When Niles slept with Lilith. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but my favorite Nintendo memory ever of anything, actually, is from Mario Kart. And some friends and I would always gather in our friend's garage. They had this old little, it was like a fucking gremlin or something, or like a Volkswagen Rabbit, something small and hatchbacky and old as fuck. And we would sit in it, and on the hood of it, they had a small TV with the Nintendo 64 hooked up to it.
Come on. Never mind, keep going.
Okay, and so we would sit inside with the controller cords running into it, and we'd have, like, of course, 2 people in the front and 2 people in the back, and everybody's playing Mario Kart while we're in a car and hotboxing the shit out of it, which made it kind of hard to see the TV sometimes, depending on how heavy the smoke got, or how drunk we were, or how yeah. List goes on.
You get the gist.
There were variables, but that was a lot of fucking fun. Just hanging out, bunch of kids playing Mario Kart in a car. It's ridiculous.
It's like a weird version of irony, a little bit, like,
isn't it? That's what I loved about it. I'm like, we're playing Mario Kart in a car.
had nothing to do with the fact that you were under the influence of something or another.
So many things.
Years later, you're sitting around with your nerd friends talking about nerd things, drinking wine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Under the influence again. All right, so let's talk about a big one, shall we?
Sure.
Yes.
Doctor Strange is going to make an appearance in Thor Ragnarok. Whoa! Kaitlan perked up.
No, I was just going to say, the funny thing is that you guys think I don't know stuff like that about Benedict. If it has to do with Benedict Cumberbatch, I know.
I should have known.
Amber's sitting there.
We should have known, but we got excited because we were like, oh, we want to see the reaction.
Amber and Becky are both sitting there, and Amber's like, have you been looking at Nerdist? And I'm like, no, I don't really pay attention to Nerdist. I know I'm awful. And she's like, ooh, because there was something that you're going to like. And she's all getting all excited. I'm like, what? She's like, I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise. And I'm like, does it have to do with my cheekbone boyfriend? And she's like, yep. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, I showed something on my phone to Becky, and Becky made a face, and then I showed something and showed it to Amber, and they're both like, she spoiled it for herself. And I'm like, I shared that same thing like 2 fucking days ago.
We got excited. We were hoping.
I'm really excited about it. I'm so excited.
So what do you know then, Kaitlan? Talk to us. Talk to us about your boy.
So, the article that I had shared had said that that Thor was going to get a card that had his address on it. And
that's what Nerdist had too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it has been officially confirmed. That was what I was showing Becky. That my boy is going to be cameoing in Ragnarok.
They can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
My guess is it's going to be a
fans.
post-credit scene as like a setup for Infinity War.
Maybe.
That's my guess. However, I do so very much hope that it's more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but we'll see, because Ragnarok is essentially the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Maybe Ragnarok is happening in Doctor Strange. Maybe,
and to see Ben and Tom together.
They're best friends.
On that, like, Okay, I meshed my fingers, and it like, I'm looking at them and going, this became much more
You just shipped it,
sexual
didn't you?
than I was
You just shipped
prepared.
it.
I did. It happened. It just happened. You heard it, folks. It just happened.
Hey, the fangasm heard around the world was when John Barrowman and David Tennant kissed. If those guys kissed, I would sploosh, man. I'm not even a big Hiddleston person, but I mean, I like Tom, but I'm a Benny girl all the way.
That's okay.
But watching them kiss, oh my god. Anyway, no, it won't happen. But
now I'm picturing this. One of my favorite pictures that I've used for a cover photo on Facebook before is Billy Piper in the middle of Matt Smith and David Tennant, and it looks very sexual. and my original posting of it was with the comment like, In the words of the immortal Jack Harkness, I can't even say what I'm thinking right now. Giggity.
So
Moving on.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see the influence, because you know that it's just all building blocks for a bigger, like, movie.
Well, and Marvel knows how to do it right.
I'm so excited.
I'd be less excited if it was DC. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
It is okay.
Once DC ups their game, then we'll start praising them.
Oh,
more.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Marvel just
They're
fucking
trying.
does it for us.
They are trying.
Trying a little too hard.
Like we said, we'll see what happens with Wonder Woman. But
Exactly.
I'm trying so hard not to get my hopes up.
Right now, Doctor Strange has it for me right now. I'm so looking forward to November.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to March, but that's because I'm super excited about the live action Beauty and the Beast. But that's neither here nor there.
Yes.
I'm excited for it too.
Very excited.
Right now, I'm thinking about November.
Oh, hell yeah.
The
Well,
trailers
it's
for it are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Beauty and the Beast.
Uh-huh. I just wish
Gorgeous.
that Lumiere's voice was better. But we talked about that
I
in
know.
another
Yeah.
podcast.
Anyway,
If
So
they had gotten
excited.
an actual Frenchman, that would have been fantastic.
yeah.
But, okay.
Gabrielle Depardieu. Wait, not Depardieu. Depardieu.
Depardieu.
Depardieu would have been fantastic.
He gives me the
Heebie-jeebies.
heebie-jeebies.
Oh, I think
For
he's
some reason.
fantastic.
I don't
Anyway.
know. I think he's just kind of...
John Malkovich doing a French accent would have been really
Oh
good.
my
The man
God.
speaks fluent French. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
John
Anyway.
Malkovich doing anything, really. Let's be honest.
Well, I don't know if I need to see John Malkovich doing everything.
Oh, I would want to see John Malkovich do everything.
Yeah, not me. But you take dibs.
Okay.
You can have dibs on
I'm
this.
bringing the pig!
Oh my god!
I fucking
Old
love
man
him in
my
Red.
That was my cover photo for a while.
Red is one of my favorite roles of it.
Old man my ass.
Okay, was there anything else about Thor Ragnarok that we wanted to talk about?
No, I'm so excited.
Okay, just checking. Because, reasons and stuff.
Woo!
Reasons and things. All right, next on the list, I have Anne of Green Gables. They are reviving it and putting it on Netflix. It's going to be done by the writers of Breaking Bad. Now, how do we feel about this? I really feel that they're going to be able to do it just as well. I've recently actually started reading it maybe a year ago and slowly picking my way through because some parts are kind of like, but for the most part, I freaking love the character. I love the characters in general. I love the storyline. But I have to be in the right mood or I fall asleep reading it. I feel bad
very
saying
fluffy.
it, but it is fluffy. And I don't mind
It's
fluffy,
very
but
warm
it's not
blanket
one that
fluffy.
you need to read before bed because otherwise, you fall asleep reading it.
There's not enough space battles in it, so I haven't seen or read any of the...
I watched the
Anne of
original
Green Gables
miniseries.
stuff.
I love the original
There's
miniseries.
an idea. Anne of Green Gables in space.
Well, there we go.
There.
I'm
See?
hooked.
See? Now we all know
She
how to
shows
get
up at the
back.
house of some old school freaking looters, and they're very protective of their stuff. They're kind of
Yeah.
strict because they're looters.
And she's all whimsical, like, look at the stars. I'm going to call that one this one.
I've been living on Earth for so long, I don't know what space is like. This is so beautiful.
No, that's Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Oh my god, I remember that show. Almost.
Make my heart go
Vaguely.
boom, boom.
I think I remember seeing some of that Xenon Girl. I think I remember seeing some of it, but usually just kind of going, I'd rather watch Star Trek.
Yeah, no, I actually
Or
love
like
that
Thank you.
Babylon 5 or Star Wars.
I wasn't really watching those when that movie came out.
Yeah.
I knew what they were. I had watched them, but I was teenage girl, so Xenon kind of spoke to my
I
soul
watched
a
Star
little
Trek
bit.
when I was a
And
teenage
that
girl.
is okay.
But I'm weird and nerdy.
I was into Hanson, okay? Doesn't that tell you enough about my personality?
Tons.
And I love Disneyland. So yes, I love Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. Second one,
So, when you told me that the writers for Breaking Bad are doing Anna Green Gables, my first thing was thinking about Anna Green Gables on meth. I couldn't help it. I was thinking, what are they going to do? String her out on meth? But
no, it doesn't look like it. It looks pretty true. I'm just really interested to see what they do with it versus the old
Yeah.
version, and I think they'll do it just. I really feel that Even though the amount of remakes lately, and some of the stuff they're remaking, I'm like, why?
Rocky Horror Picture Show, dude.
No, to me that's different though, because they're just doing like a live version, like they did Hairspray live and Grease live. I think they're doing
No,
aren't they?
It's basically like people
made for TV movie.
Made for TV movie that you're basically going to see get the whole theater experience, which I think is stupid. Go to a midnight showing of the original Rocky. I'm sorry, it irritates me.
Yeah. Well, and I just feel like there are so many, like, they want to remake all these movies, and that's great. But I feel like there's a lot of older movies that they could remake and just do an amazing job with. Like, for example, I love the movie Charade with Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. I freaking love that movie. I love that movie to pieces. But man, if they were to remake that, I actually wouldn't scoff. Because I think that they would do an amazing job. And then there's another movie, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it, and it really bothers me. It's actually the movie that Marilyn Monroe started to do before she passed away.
Oh, fuck, what was it called?
And it's one where, like, this woman gets stranded on this desert island for, like, 5 years, and she comes back, and it's, like, her husband's, like, honeymoon, like, the first night after he just got married to this new woman. And she ends up staying at the same hotel. It's this great movie, and the way it's done, it's okay.
Yeah.
I actually really liked seeing Marilyn Monroe do it. I have seen that footage, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I think if they were to remake that,
great.
and make it more modern, oh my gosh! But instead, they're touching all this stuff from like the 80s and the 90s, and I'm like, stop!
I think remaking all of these cult favorites and stuff goes to me, I keep saying the same thing for every single remake that they're coming out with. That it's all movies that we all love. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it.
Right.
Stop.
I agree. And if you're going to remake it, you want to make it more modern, cool. Pick something old. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pick something from the 30s, the 40s. And I'm not talking, or the 50s, the 60s. Don't touch Wizard of Oz, for the love of God, don't touch that. But, remake like, Tammy and the Bachelor.
Yeah.
Like, I freaking love that movie. Even though Debbie Reynolds is freaking amazing in that, I could see an updated version of that, and it would be awesome.
What about this remake of Clue?
Ugh, that's what I'm talking about.
Broke, don't fucking fix it.
Why are they messing with Tim Curry? What is that? Stop touching Tim Curry movies. Stop it. Just stop it.
If you guys touch Legend,
I will roll up a
burn you to the
newspaper
ground.
and beat your nose with it.
But anyway, no, I was going to say, instead of touching Rocky Horror Picture Show, they could have remade Shock Treatment, which was the sequel, which was good, but underknown. Underwhelming compared to Rocky Horror Picture Show. They could have remade Shock Treatment. They could have... Why...
You know what, though? They might be considering doing that, but figured that they should start with the first one so they could get the characters in the role so that people would know who they were.
Well, there's only two characters that are maintained from Rocky Horror, and that's Brad and Janet. But anyway, it just bugs me, because I'm like, this movie has been... and musical has been ingrained in so many people. I've been a fan of it since I was 5 years old. So, has a lot to do with why I am the perverted individual that I am today.
Wow.
But, so it just, and lover of musicals. So, I'm not excited about this movie at all.
Yeah, no, the remakes of, I don't know.
I'm not excited about remakes.
But then what I also find interesting, though, is that they're starting to put old movies back in the theater. Which I'm like, I don't know, in some ways I'm okay with, like, when they put Star Wars back in the theater, like, that was cool. Or like when it's a movie that left the theater and then came back, like Jurassic Park. They did that. Yeah. Or like Lion King.
Well, The Last Unicorn did a tour of showing the movie, which I thought was awesome. We wanted to take the kids to it, but we couldn't. So, but I was just like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but apparently right now they're working on putting Neverending Story into the theater.
I'll go see that.
And also Man Who Fell to Earth.
Yes!
Now, Man Who Fell to Earth makes sense to me.
Yes.
David Bowie's passing this year. I think that makes
Still
sense.
hurts.
It does.
Honestly, as much as I freaking love Neverending Story, why now?
Because everyone's getting on the 80s movie bandwagon right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I'd rather go see Goonies, personally, but that's me. I would rather go see that in the theater. Sorry.
Yeah.
I freaking love the movie. Goonies Never Say Die!
I have that shirt.
I have a friend who does a lot of the Disney Run things, and I don't want to say she's buddies, but she and Sean Astin have kind of had this thing now where they always take pictures together at the Disney Run events.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Well.
and actually there's a Disney Run event the weekend after I'm there. And so she's going to be there a couple days before, and it's like, we're going to be at the park at the same time? Oh my gosh! So it's pretty fun. Like, we're like, we have to take a picture for the castle, we have to do this, and we're just Disney nerding out.
And
it's
if you
awesome.
see Sean Astin, you have to say hi to him for me and say, thank you for playing Raph in the Ninja Turtles, the new Ninja Turtles cartoon, because you do a great job, and I love it, and thank you.
I'll probably say, my friend Becky loves you in the new Ninja Turtles
Yes.
cartoon, and don't mind the fact that she's in her 30s.
Yeah,
That's probably what I'll say.
Yeah.
She's just awesome.
I kind of love the new Ninja Turtles series, but I think we might have
we've
that.
We did. We talked about that kind of last time, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
So good. Cool. Mikey is my spirit animal.
Yeah, me too. Okay, next on the agenda. All right, Kaitlan, this is another one for you.
Okay.
Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are playing Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Dear.
And I'm torn. If they decide to do, I don't think they're going to do. If you put those two together, it's not going to be a serious take.
Oh,
it's
no,
going to be a humorous take.
I know for a fact it's probably going to be humorous. Because, again, like you said, get them in a room together, they're going to do humor.
Mm-hmm.
And, which, in that case, I'll probably go in there expecting to laugh, because Will Ferrell is fucking hilarious.
Yes, he is. And you put those two together, and it's like...
Oh my god. Did we just become best friends?
Yup!
I yell that at Amber all the time. But, no, I mean, when I first read it, I literally got home from podcast last week. It was very late. I was checking my Facebook before I went to bed, and saw that, and I was like, oh god, really? And then as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I got up the next morning, some people had commented, and I'm like, okay, it might not be bad if I look at it in a humorous standpoint.
I think if Will Ferrell does Sherlock Holmes like Anchorman, it's going to bug me.
If he does... No, Ron Burgundy is nothing like Sherlock Holmes, even in a humorous, parodical sort of way. I
understand. That's what I'm saying. If he kind of gives it that sort of like chauvinistic, which he does.
Yeah.
But because he's played a lot of characters very sort of similar to Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, but...
And I'm talking characters on like Saturday Night Live. Yeah. He's been doing it for a long time.
It would bug me because if you're going to satirize Holmes... Actually satirize him. Don't make him into something he's not, because Holmes actually isn't a womanizer, nor is he chauvinistic. He's just antisocial.
I think I'm afraid he's gonna turn him chauvinistic. I really am.
Yeah, to which I'm gonna sit there and go, God, fucking really?
Yeah.
You could have taken this so many different ways.
However, both of these actors are absolutely amazing in serious roles. I mean, you take, for example, John C. Reilly in Chicago.
Oh my god.
He did amazing.
And he could sing, too.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Cellophane,
Just
Mr.
Cellophane.
Oh, that's a shame. He was amazing in that.
You need to watch
He played the husband.
Okay.
And he did just...
Yeah.
I'll add it to my watch.
And Will Ferrell, when he does a serious role, I mean, he blows it away. I was talking about it before. He did the movie Stranger Than Fiction, which apparently you guys haven't seen.
No, I haven't
seen. No.
It's seriously... it has so many great actors in it, but he gets the small opportunity to do kind of a crazy outbreak because he's hearing this voice in his head. It's the one where somebody's narrating his life, and what happens is there's an author who's writing a story, and she's made him the main character, not realizing he's an actual person. And he starts hearing her narrate his life, and so he goes and he talks to a professor at a school of literature who's played by Dustin Hoffman. And they're trying to figure out what kind of a story it is. And there's this part where he goes, okay, so don't do anything at all and see what happens. Right? So he's literally sitting on his couch in his living room, refusing to move, seeing what's going to happen. Okay? And a wrecking ball crashes through his wall. So the story is forcing him to move along. But he hits this point where he hasn't heard the voice in a while. And it starts freaking him out. So he starts trying to do things to get the story to move along. You know? And he's like, he thrashes the lamp around! And it's just like he does his crazy Will Ferrell thing. But it fits in so well. Not too hard. It makes a tapping noise.
Sorry.
He does that thrash, that breakout so well. It's very Will Ferrell, but it fits with the movie.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes I think he overacts, and I'm just like, there's not. I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot of Will Ferrell movies that I really, really like.
No.
I love him in Elf. I love him in Talladega Nights. And I really like him in Stranger Than Fiction.
You know what I really liked? His role in the Lego movie.
That was so fucking cute.
That this moment between his character, the parent, and his son, basically the one making the story.
Right.
But like there's this moment between him and his son that like it literally every time I watch the movie, like I cry at that part. Like he plays this moment with his fictional son so well, and like I've had that moment a lot with my own kids. So it just like right in the heart every time.
Is an amazing series. I mean, just like who's the actor? Help me out here. I was talking about it before.
Jim Carrey.
Yes, Jim Carrey does such an amazing job when he does a serious role.
And Robin Williams did it too.
Robin Williams. They all do, and Will Ferrell is up there. Like, as soon as he's given a serious role, I mean, man, he acts the shit out of it. And he does a really good job. And again, John C. Reilly does it too. So I'd be really interested to see them playing a serious role apart from each other. But the problem is, there really isn't a whole lot of Sherlock satire out there. And I think that's what they're planning to do.
And I think we need to see that because, let's see, after the Sherlock TV series came out, there was Elementary, which I'm not a huge fan of, don't get me started. And then just recently, Ian McKellen took on the role of Sherlock Holmes for the movie Mr. Holmes, which I have not seen yet. I'm going to watch it, but apparently it existed. He plays an older Sherlock Holmes, which he has Alzheimer's.
For me, I think the point behind Elementary, though, was to make it socially acceptable for there to be something between Watson and Holmes. Which I'm not saying was the right thing to do, but I'm saying...
make her female, then that's okay. Yeah.
Well, but it also adds, there's that whole feminism movement, which parts of it I agree with and parts of it I don't. And I think that was an instance where I didn't really... I mean, if you're going to do it, make them both female.
Yeah. Femlock, Femlock's a thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, just look at Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's just, I will not watch Elementary. People have tried, I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, even though I really like Lucy Liu.
I love Lucy Liu, but not as Dr. Watson.
No.
I'm so used to her being a Reni-Shi, so I'm just like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and she did good. Good in that, among other things. I just, I'm interested to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
As long as Will Ferrell doesn't turn it chauvinistic, which it's kind of what his comedy
Sherlock
role
Holmes is one of my all-time heroes.
There's parody, and then there's, like, perverting the story.
Exactly.
And hopefully he doesn't cross that line.
Well, and like I said, for me, Sherlock Holmes has been one of my heroes since I was a kid, hearing these stories. And I strive to be very much like him, and so for me, seeing him twisted just for laughs, I would be pretty pissy about it.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that's what they're going to do with it.
And it's such a beloved classic that one would hope that they can do a parody, because parodies can be done out of so much love.
Yeah.
Or they can be done because, like, let's make fun of some shit. And those parodies fucking suck.
Yeah.
Let's throw some dick jokes in. Let's do some fucking slapstick and say fuck a lot. And no, not okay.
Shit.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, that is about all the time we have this week, unless there's something else you ladies would like to add to the hodgepodge of this week.
Yay, hodgepodge.
I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through my brain here.
No, I talked about the Strain and Lost Girl and stuff. And kind of.
Just a shout out to You've Got Mail. That's my... I was sick on Sunday. I stayed home from work, and I never do that. But I always, anytime I stay home from work, because I'm sick, I watch You've Got Mail. It's my get feel, and I swear I attribute it to helping me get over my cold. and I always cry at the end, and Kevin makes fun of me for crying every single time.
No, I cry.
I like to watch Princess Bride and eat barbecue pork with hot mustard when I'm sick.
I watch Pride and Prejudice. The Keira Knightley version.
I was going to ask which version.
That one.
I'm a Colin Firth version myself. But.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
gonna
series, though.
Oh, Mr. Darcy.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's a great take, but for only having the attention span of about 2 hours.
Yeah, true.
The Keira Knightley version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do it very well.
They did it extremely well.
Yes.
I
They stayed
thought
true to the spirit, really.
So
very much.
Really good.
Thank you, You've Got Mail, for helping me get over my cold. You are
Yes.
better than chicken soup. In my opinion.
And thank you, fangirls and fanboys. We have some great couple of weeks coming up. We have some cool guests. I believe next week you'll hear Amanda on the show.
Yes.
I'll be out of town. Yay!
Yeah.
I will take some video. If you are my friend on Facebook, if you didn't already know, my son still does not know that he is going to Disneyland and Legoland. So I'm going to Facebook Live me telling him. He almost guessed it today, by the way.
Oh, snap.
I was like, really? You think so? Because I was dumb and I was like, oh, do you know, any guesses what your surprise is? And then I think it's because we were listening to his music in the car and he was like, Disneyland? And I'm like, sure, yeah. And then
You wish.
I averted it, but I was like, shit. But he was excited, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a really nonchalant, like he was like, so it'll be a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to Facebook Live it, so it'll be on my Facebook if you're friends with me on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome, and I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be there even if you're not up at 6 a.m. You can watch it later.
Yeah.
I would Periscope it, but nobody has Periscope. And Snapchat, you can only do 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
Not as fun. So
Nah.
Facebook Live seems like the logical reason.
Yeah, because then it's on there and then it's on there.
Yeah,
so.
and I think you can download it once you've done it. I know you can on Snapchat and I know you can on Periscope. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. I haven't done any Facebook Live, so
Yeah.
I know none of these things.
I don't know. Should be interesting. Anyway, so next week Amanda will be with you guys, and the week after we're still working on it, but we might have another really cool special guest.
Yeah,
so
I'm hoping I'm gonna contact the person and hopefully that pans
Yeah,
out because that would be awesome.
stay tuned, fangirls and fanboys. But until then, you will hear from, well, these two anyway. Next week, same fangirl time, same fangirl channel. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.